Welcome back to the channel, guys. John Ars, and I'm back with you with another speed paint. This time of Stark from Frieren. This will be in the next in the series of videos with Frieren, the one that I did before. You guys seem to like that video, so here we are. Now I'll say that I think I might have done Stark a little bit more justice on this one. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Let me know how you think I did down in the comments. But regardless, Stark, he is the warrior of the party. So much of a warrior that Eisen from the hero party that Frieren was a part of, he could see it in him that he was going to be one hell of a hero. Here is me going in and doing some work on the line work here. And before you guys ask, I will eventually get to Fern to kind of round out the trio, right? So stay tuned for that. That was me using a rectangle stretched out to make the handle, trying to keep the line straight, because last one had the uneven axe, which I will say is an interesting choice of a weapon for him to be swinging around an axe, but hey, it works. So, there was a couple of happy little challenges here, one of which was the hair. Hair for anime characters are usually very challenging because of how messy they are. Thanks to a few YouTubers who I know who talk about this stuff, they make it pretty easy to do from scratch. Well, going off a reference, it has the challenges as well, because you gotta make sure all of the strands are there per the model, right? There are people who are that particular about it to say that, hey, I noticed the hair out of place, so you gotta make sure you hit all those parts. Here's me working on the axe, doing all the decorative pieces on it was nice. So that's pretty cool to do. I did do some cleanups and trying to get all the details where I like it before I move forward. So here, I'm trying to work out the background, trying to figure out what I was going to do. I ultimately ended up going with a path behind them, kind of like any adventurer, you're on a road headed somewhere, so I figured it makes sense. Now this is where I started to do the color one, and what I'm doing here is color swatching. So I'm pulling the color from a reference source and applying it to where the colors go per the reference. So what you will see here is that to the point where I realized that the colors I picked may not have been so on model, so I'll go back in and change them slightly. One of the areas being like the skin and the wraps for his hands, the cloth around his waist, etc. I think I even fixed the pants as well. So and this is where I went back and fixed the colors of the clothing to make them pop a little bit more. I wanted to really show that contrast between shadow and the color of the actual jacket. Same thing with the sash around his waist, the wraps on his arms, going in and putting in the shadow for his legs and the boots here. And this is me fixing the axe. I realized that the blade on this wasn't as big as the reference, so I went back in to kind of thicken it up, fix the shape of it slightly before going in now and adding the shading. And later on you'll see me add the highlights that kind of make it all pop and look like something that is chrome or metal, or something that will reflect light off of. These highlights are just to kind of get the base down before adding the special effects on the end. And this is me trying to come up with the background, adding the color for grass. I was gonna do trees, I decided not to. And I also realized that for these to be mountains in the back, they're going to be pushed to the back, so I don't really have to worry about the detail that much. So here I found some brushes that would help me do the clouds in the background, make them look a little bit nicer. And I also found some brushes for the blades of grass. Clip Studio Paint has a pretty extensive asset library where you can find these brushes and use them as you see me do here. I realized I wanted to put another one in the background, which will help create depth of field, distance, along with some smoke. And this is the highlighting portion to kind of help everything pop. And I added blues in the shadows to deepen the shadows. Some text here. Now I was going to put Stark's name on it, but we decided not to at the end. Hey, if you guys are enjoying yourselves, don't forget to do that underneath the video. I'm definitely appreciative of anybody who has any ideas for any other videos to make, so don't forget to leave a comment. And without further ado, here are some stills. Start with a really cool character to do, very challenging, and I'm glad I took on that challenge. I definitely like how the axe came out, along with the clothing. And there you guys go, start. I wonder what Frieren would think of this.
You were exceptional. That was quite the show. Well done.
Well, thank you. And until next time, thanks for watching.